Program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children and not for coworkers either.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm so excited. Aren't you excited? It's Independence Day. Deacon's making fun because the intro video got stuck, I think.
Oh, no, I didn't even notice that. Nice background.
It's the best day of the year. It's the day we celebrate America being better than everybody else in the whole world.
Yeah, kiss our butt.
I'm not saying that we're perfect. I'm just saying that the rest of you guys suck. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. This is rumble.com/JJW, where every morning Deacon and I meet. We talk about the news, politics, entertainment, media, super important stuff. A lot of crackheads, more crackheads than you'd think we would talk about on. It's usually
I saw that.
Hunter Biden.
It's usually just one guy that we talk
It's
about.
usually one guy.
A lot of crack.
Yeah. And then we drink coffee, and my wife took my cup. Okay, I'll have coffee in a minute. Okay. Yeah. How are you doing, Deacon?
Yeah, happy 4th of July. You are at home, or do you have to work today?
Yes. Oh man, dude. Let me tell you, guys, settle down. Stop. It's not that. It'll come up in a minute. Can you calm down? Stop.
Down.
Jeez. So, about a week ago, I ordered a bunk bed for my girls. Right after while we were on vacation, they got to sleep in a bunk bed. So I ordered a bunk bed.
Okay, wait a minute. Pause the story. So let's get into the mind of Dad JJW here, who loves his girls more than
my kids
in this world. They come first above everything.
Yeah.
Well, so he goes on vacation. If you don't know, he told us yesterday he goes on vacation this last week, and they stay in this place, and the girls' room had a bunk bed. So
yeah, they loved it.
How long did it take? Was it just when you saw their faces light up, or was it after that first night of experiencing the bunk bed that you decided we're buying the bunk bed?
So
or that you had the conversation with your wife is like, we've got to get
all right, so we're not that impulsive. We were thinking about like doing the bunk bed anyway, just because like it'd be easier if people slept over, especially their friends slept over if there was like an extra bed or whatever. But we weren't sure how they would handle a bunk bed. So when we went on vacation, we booked a room that had one so that we could see.
Smart. So, you people are smarter than me. I would be like, cool, look at this. All right, let's buy it. Yeah.
So you think we're smart. Well, that bunk bed, it took extra days for like the third box to arrive. So last night I get home from work about 8:00 and I'm like, let's put this thing together. And my wife is looking at me like, you are stupid. It is very late. The kid's about to go to sleep. And I'm like, no, we can do it. We can't do it. And not only can we not do it, we got it half put together and it's like too big for the room. So we got a problem.
No.
Like the fan and then the bed. And so I was like, maybe if we do it this way, so I'm gonna have to be some creative engineering today.
Yeah. Well, I grew up. Me and my brother grew up in bunk beds. We shared a room and we had bunk beds, and then my kids had bunk beds. Alex and them had a bunk bed where it was like, do you remember the bunk beds on different strokes? You remember Willis and Arnold's bunk beds on different strokes? So Arnold's bunk bed was at the bottom, and Willis slept on top. And Arnold, I think it might be reversed, but the bottom bunk bed was like this, was straight out, and the top bunk bed was on top like a
yeah.
Well, that's how Alex's bunk beds were.
Oh my God, you're gonna say you guys jumped off the beds?
Oh yeah, they used to jump off, but we fussed a couple of times before they would. We fussed at them. They're going to break the boards that holding up the dang beds and whatnot.
Yeah,
because it was a homemade bunk bed by Ashley's dad. And
really?
He handmade it. and carved it, and it did everything. And
I bet that thing was heavy as hell.
yeah, oh my God, are you not kidding? It is solid, real wood. It's not fake wood. It's real wood. It's not the shit you buy today. And yeah, it's heavy as shit. It's in our building right now. After Alex, he's 15. He got bigger. We took the bed out and got him another bed and bed frame, and we took it apart and put it in the building, and it's just sitting there. It's got all the ways to put it together marked on the bottom of it, in pencil.
There's a time for it, and then that time passes, right?
Yeah, we don't want to get rid of it because he made it.
It's sentimental.
So
is he still around?
No, he passed away.
Oh yeah,
that's why it's so important. Yeah, he passed.
Yeah. Save it for your grandkids.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that's what. Shuffle that thing off to your kids. Be like, here's this heavy.
That's why I told Ashley one day. I was like, here in a couple of years, I'm going to get this thing out. I'm going to pressure wash it, and I'm going to, sand it down, not sand it, and put some more. Yeah, make it look nice again. Yep, it'll just take a little bit of time.
All right.
Okay, JJ, I've got a song for you today.
Music,
JJ. I am even going from what I said yesterday. I said I was going to give you a song yesterday. We're pushing that back to tomorrow. I got a special song for the day today.
Yes.
I was thinking
patriotic, something patriotic.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was thinking I need to do a patriotic song because it's 4th of July. I usually do special stuff on the radio and whatnot. So I found one today by accident looking for my radio song. Because, here in like 25 minutes, I'm going to do my little cover song, and I get on the air and say, blah, 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 this is a cover of so-and-so. I make it sound better than that. I stumbled across this one, and I was like, what is that? I want to listen to that. What's that? And I heard the first chorus, and I was like, what is this? I need to read the lyrics to this now. So let me I'm
eagerly awaiting the drop.
I know, I'm trying to build up
channel.
But
suspense.
I'm going to post the lyrics. I'm getting the lyrics here. I'm going to post the lyrics for you to just kind of read real quick because you won't be able to listen to this whole song right now, but I want you to listen to the whole song. But maybe you'll be able to skim the lyrics real quick. But did you ever watch American Idol?
I've seen it before. I didn't watch it.
Okay, well, me and my ex-wife watched American Idol all the time when it first came on. And season 8 of American Idol was the one. Do you know Adam Lambert? The guy that
sounds
took over,
familiar.
The guy that took over singing for a Queen in Freddie Mercury's place.
Oh my gosh, did I mess this up again?
Probably.
Keep going. I think I messed up.
Anyway, Adam Lambert finished second in season 8. If you'll remember, third place, who never finished, who never was in the top 3 or never in the bottom 3 the whole show, but ended up finishing third, was this Christian song leader named Danny Gokey. And Danny Gokey had some really cool glasses, and he was a really great singer. And I came across a song by Danny Gokey today when I was looking for a cover of God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood, because I was going to play a cover of God Bless the USA here in 20 minutes. And I was like, who does that? And Dolly did a cover and Danny Gokey did a cover. And I was like, I remember Danny Gokey. He was from American Idol. So I went and listened to his version of God Bless the USA. And I was like, oh, this is great. I'm going to play this on the air. This is a good version. So I thought I put this up. Sorry. So I went, and underneath, when I was looking, it was like Danny Gokey, Brave. And I was like, oh, okay, what's Brave? And so I listened to Brave, and I thought, whoa, this is perfect for today. I want to play this on the radio today, too. And I was like, this has got to be our song to add to the playlist today on the show. Oh, that's sweet. She kissed you on the nose. I'm glad to know that doesn't happen to just me and Ashley, because we're just like, we're like two nerds trying to kiss sometimes. Like we don't even and then we just laugh. We have an anchovy kiss that me and Ashley do. Our anchovy kiss. Yeah, because anchovies are like this.
Oh, with the eyes crossed?
No, they're just So we kiss each other like that.
Oh,
Anyway,
boy.
Danny Goki Brave is
Sexy.
our song today that I'm adding to the playlist. I'll add it to the playlist over on our Discord server in just a bit. So join our Discord server and check out the playlist, if nothing else, because I add cool songs. And if there's one thing in this world that I think I probably do have that I will toot my own horn, I know about music. I do know music. I might not know dick about anything else.
If you guys are looking for, what was that? It's not Van. It was not Van Halen. What did you say? It was like
Led Zeppelin.
Like Led Zeppelin, yeah, and it was amazing. So the song from yesterday, Greta Van
Fleet, and I was talking to my brother. We were fixing Ashley's air compressor on her car yesterday, and we were talking. Me and him were talking about music, and I was talking about that song, Greta Van Fleet, Meeting the Master, and he was like, "I don't like them." I was like, "Why don't you like them?" He said, "Because I think they were commercialized to sound like Led Zeppelin." I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "I think somebody heard him and was like, oh my God, you sound like Robert Plant. We're going to make you into the next Led Zeppelin. Do you guys want to be rich?" And he said, "I think they were pushed into sounding like Led Zeppelin. And if they weren't, that they would have a different sound, possibly." I was like, "Well, that's a good point."
Maybe they just like Led Zeppelin a lot.
And that's what I said. I was like, maybe they want to sound like Led Zeppelin.
Just like you like Led Zeppelin a lot.
Because that's what I told him. I was like, maybe they want to sound like Led Zeppelin because Heart is a female Led Zeppelin. And people, unless you watch interviews with Ann and Nancy Wilson, you'd never know that. You just think Heart's classic rock band. But Ann and Nancy Wilson wanted to be Led Zeppelin. They wanted a band. They wanted a band like Led Zeppelin. They wanted to sound like Led Zeppelin. So if you listen to Heart now and listen to how Nancy Wilson plays the guitar and attribute that to Jimmy Page, you're like, wow, yeah, I can see the influence there greatly, So yeah, maybe they wanted to sound like Led Zeppelin. But anyway, Danny Goki, check out the song today. Go over to our Discord server here. Look, I'm going to make it easy to get to our Discord server for you right now. And I wanted that blue thing. For you folks that are joining our Discord server right now and are here today watching us, I wanted to give you 5 extra red, white, and blue JJW points today.
Yes.
The special red, white, and blue JJW points, and you get them. So
I don't even have any.
Watching those.
I need to find some.
You don't have any ready? I've got a stack of them right here.
I don't have any. Okay. Good morning, everybody. All right. That's music. That's join the Discord. I think the link's in the dibbly-doo thing down below. Guys, Deacon prepared something special for you. Celebration of our Independence Day. So excited. Should we do it now or at the end of the show? I think we should do it now. I think we should do it now. Deacon.
Okay.
Let me know what you think.
Do it.
Good morning. Good morning. In a few hours, aircrafts from here will join others from around the world in flybys to celebrate the greatest country in the history of mankind. Mankind, that word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't tell each other from our obvious differences anymore. We should be united in our common interests instead of fighting over idiocracy. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July, and you will once again be celebrating your freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution, like you say, but from your own narcissism. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist, to live a normal life. And should we win today, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when we declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate Independence Day.
my God. Good job, Deacon. Good job writing that
I
speech.
didn't do any. What did I do?
You wrote that speech.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't write that speech. Some Hollywood
good.
screenwriter wrote that speech.
It's pretty good. I claim fair use and transformative works.
Yes, it seems like AI wrote something there. I don't know what. I don't know what it's about.
All right. Good morning. All right. We're off to a good start. I think that's pretty good.
That was pretty good, dude. That was pretty good.
You know, the hardest thing was finding the soaring music to replace the back because their background's all mixed in. I was like, I can't use any of this. I'm gonna get copyrighted. All right.
Oh
Let's start with politics, Deacon. Serious politics. We have we need to bring it down. We need to bring the mood down a little bit. We got a very serious statement from one of our presidential candidates and at today's Independence Day, and we cannot let this go by.
Okay.
So we have an exclusive here on Breitbart News from presidential candidate Tiger King speaking from jail. You know, he's in prison. This is political persecution.
I've voted for him a couple of times, so let's see.
He's got the chest.
He's
it takes a certain kind of confidence to rock the V all the way to the belly button.
You're exactly right with that statement. It does
and
take.
He's also hugging a tiger.
Yeah, it's one thing that man has is confidence.
Joe Exotic.
Yeah.
AKA Joseph Maldonado Passage. Is that his name? Passage?
I have no clue.
I've never seen Tiger King.
I'm sure he pronounces it Passage.
Passage. AKA Tiger King is challenging President Joe Biden in the Democratic Party presidential primary from jail, telling Breitbart News he wants to debate President Biden. Oh my God. I would pay money for a debate between Joe Biden and Tiger King.
Yes, I would too. That would be so. You know what's funny is if I was Joe Biden's people behind him, that would be one of those where I would not want Joe Biden to talk to I would think the Tiger King has more charisma than Joe Biden, and he would win over more people.
Imagine this debate stage. On this side, you have a man in sparkly shirts and beside him a tiger accused of murder and feeding a person to a tiger. May have happened, maybe it didn't, or plotting it. I don't know. And then on the other side, you have a 50-year public servant with a crackhead son who is constantly taking bribes from every other country in the world. Which one is the more democratic representation? Which one is a better fit for the Democratic Party?
It's actually a tough choice,
isn't it?
It is, really. It's kind of right there in the middle. Wow, both of them tell a good story.
Exotic boasted a coalition of everybody's support in jail, Deacon. He said there's over 160,000 federal inmates and over 2 million people incarcerated at this time in the U.S. And now if you take those 2 million, everybody that has ever been and everybody that's still waiting to be charged or sentenced in this country and 10 of their friends, I could win this.
That's right. He's right.
All he has to do is
he's right because math,
All he has to do is scoop the prison vote.
All you got to do is get every single prison vote, every one of them and their friends. And
there's just there's just so many issues I don't agree with, but I'm running as a Democrat because I think we can change some of the Democratic Party because I believe in abortion. I believe you have the right to carry a gun. I believe you have the right to freedom and have private property. And I kind of got everybody in one basket here. And I think if I do anything in this, I might be able to break the ice to show American people that it doesn't matter what party you're in. You can believe, you can give the rights to everybody because we have 330 million plus people in this country. And there's no way you can run a country in one party. You just can't.
Let me give you a hypothetical situation here, JJ.
It's riveting.
Have you ever seen Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey Part 2, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure Part 2?
Yes, I saw that in the theater.
Okay, me too. I saw it in the theater. All right, so that's how big of a fan we are. Okay, so I don't need to tell you. So in the future, they have the statues of Bill and Ted, where Bill and Ted have solved world peace with their playing. So
Yeah.
what if 100 years from now we're celebrating with statues of Joe Exotic, the Tiger King, because he brought harmony to the United States of America?
Dude, yes, I'm in it. Jefferson Monument, Lincoln Monument, right there in the middle in the pond. We have a giant statue of a tiger, and then
Joe
atop the tiger is Joe riding it like a horse.
Yeah.
And it's like twice as big as yes.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
His chest out, inspiring.
Coming out of the reflecting pool right there in the reflecting pool. Oh man.
He might be looking down at himself from atop the tiger. He might be looking down, being like, "Oh yeah."
What if his husband, the guy that didn't have all the teeth, what if he was like reaching up like Star Wars?
Don't leave me behind, Joe.
Princess Leia, like he's reaching for the greatness of Joe Exotic.
We could be living in the future, our future.
Why don't they ask us to design this shit, man?
For real, God. Joe Exotic. This is a legitimate offer, Joe. I've never been a campaign manager, but I will work on your campaign, and let's get this done. I've never voted Democrat, but I will vote for you, Joe Exotic. You could put motion sensor in it, so every time you walk in front of the giant tiger, there's like a roar sound. Roar. And then it's followed up by eagles. Ah! It'll be great. Okay. Let's see. We got some other political news here. Some important stuff. I'm not sure if Hunter Biden was at the White House recently, Deacon. I don't know if there was a party recently or something like that. And I'm not saying it really was Hunter Biden, but this is breaking as of, I think, yesterday. The Secret Service is investigating a suspicious substance they found in the White House. Did you know about this? Did you hear about this?
No.
It's found in the West Wing. Sort of a white powder.
Yeah.
And preliminary tests indicate that it was cocaine in the White House.
Well, who would be doing cocaine in the White House?
Any of them?
Anyone?
Anyone?
That could be anyone in the White House. And literally.
Law enforcement officials said a suspicious substance found in the White House is undergoing tests to determine what it is. And a few other people in the White House were like, "Oh, that's coke." You don't got to test that too much.
Oh, that's
in fact, let me test that. Let me test that.
Let me just see. Oh, yeah. Hell, where'd you get this at? Was it Smoky down on the corner? Yeah, hell, on 8th Street. That's where that come from. But I'm just guessing, assuming.
Yeah. In a preliminary test, the substance, a white powder, was indicated positive for cocaine, according to an official familiar with the investigation. And the recording of a dispatch from a DC fire crew that responded to the incident. You know that some know-nothing intern saw the powder and thought, "Oh my God, it's ricin. We've been poisoned." And they called DC fire, and then Secret Service was like, "Whoa, shit."
Yeah.
Now we have to treat it like a case. It's been reported to the fire department.
Yeah.
A spokesman for the Secret Service, Anthony Googly, Italian name.
Anthony G.
Big Tony.
Big Tony.
He said that the substance is undergoing further testing to determine what it is, and the authorities are looking into how it got into the White House. He said the DC Fire Department determined the substance did not present a threat, but it did present a party. The discovery prompted...
Hell yeah.
The discovery prompted an elevated security alert and a brief evacuation of the executive mansion. He said President Biden was not in the White House at the time. And
President Biden didn't care because he's got his own stash. That was not his.
He's got his own.
He knew that wasn't his,
right.
So it's not a big deal.
Okay. Well, I'm sure we will get to the bottom of that.
I'm sure we will. The media
Never,
seems
ever.
to be all over this story. So
Yeah, they
I'm
are
sure that they will
they
not
don't-
stop until we find out who
Yeah.
was sniffing it up at the
Right.
White House. Do you get it?
Yeah.
The White
the White
House. JD, the White. That's a headline. That's what we could use for a
Right.
media headline. The White House. I'm your idea guy.
Hunter was probably
I give 'em-
confused about.
throw 'em up, you
He
hit
got
'em
a
out.
note. He got a text message from his dad. He's like, "Hey, bring fire crackers," but you know, Joe probably typoed it and left a space, and then Hunter was like, "Bring a fire and some crack, whores." Huh. All right, whatever.
Oh my God. You got another
I'm
story.
into it. Please, Deke.
Please.
Deacon, this story about the sub that imploded last week, it just
The
won't
sub
leave the
story
news.
that will not ever go away.
Yeah,
Yes.
the tragedy of these people that climbed into a tin can made of expired parts and a joystick controller.
And then
oh
go
my God. I'm
go
sorry. I don't want to
down
laugh at their
the-
demise,
made-
but like
made
you
of,
people.
made by college interns and not retired Navy SEALs.
Yeah,
Powered
it turns
by a
out
$35 Logitech joystick controller.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
it's
turns
hard
out
to
the
get started
electrical
from.
system for the submarine, you would think like, okay, maybe they're going to have interns work on fabrication and stuff, but they're definitely going to have the designs done by pros.
Right.
Right?
Cool. Right. Yeah, you're exactly right.
It turns out
Is that right?
there is a report that the
Not right?
Titanic sub's electrical system was designed by college students.
What? Surely you can't be serious. Come on. Anyone?
Not just students, interns.
You missed it.
Interns.
You missed
They
your
didn't even
line.
get paid. I missed it.
You missed your line. I said, surely you can't be serious.
Oh, don't call me Shirley. Yeah. Okay. The whole electrical system, that was our design. We implemented it and it works. Former intern Mark Walsh told the school paper, "We are on the precipice of making history and all of our systems are going to go down to the Titanic. This is an awesome feeling." Walsh. Yeah. So he probably is not touting that on his resume right now.
I had.
And you know this dude, the dude that did this Ocean Gate guy that owned it, he did this to save money. He said he did it for diversity and whatever. He did it
This
because
is what I was trying to pull up. That I found this in an article last night. Stockton strategically structured everything to be out of U.S. jurisdiction for its Titanic pursuits. The former senior Ocean Gate employee told me it was deliberate. In a legal filing, the company reported that the submersible was being developed and assembled in Washington, but will be owned by a Bahamian. Is that how you say that word? Bahamian?
Bahamian? That sounds right.
A Bahamas entity. And it'll be
Islander.
registered in the Bahamas and will operate
Right.
exclusively. Bahamanian? That's not right. Anyway, it will be
Sounds
registered in the Bahamas and will operate exclusively outside the territorial waters of the United States. Although it is illegal to transport passengers in an unclassed experimental submersible, under U.S. regulations, you can kill crew, McCallum told me. You do get in a little bit of trouble in the eyes of the law, but if you kill a passenger, you're in big trouble. All right. So under U.S. regulations, you can kill a crew member and not get in trouble. Okay. But if you kill a passenger, you get in big time freaking trouble. So everyone was classified.
They did both.
No, they didn't. Those 5 people were not passengers. They were classified as mission specialists, because I heard that word early on in the thing, and I don't remember if it was. No, I heard that these people, that somebody called them mission specialists is what they said. And I remember them saying that. I was like, well, that's weird. How are they a mission specialist? Because I remember thinking something like Star Trek. I was like, that kind of sounds like they're freaking going down there a red shirt. So here we go. So everyone was classified as a mission specialists. There were no passengers. The word passenger was never used. No one bought tickets. They contributed an amount of money set by Stockton Rush to one of Ocean Gate's entities to fund their own missions. So he didn't do anything that these fucking rich people don't already do.
You're
All
right.
right. They smart. They circumvent the fucking law. They get somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. They circumvent the law. They keep their money here. They do this shit over here. They don't use a particular word. Or if they don't like the fucking word that's used, they bribe a couple of goddamn senators and they get the fucking word changed. Welcome to America.
Wow.
God bless America. Happy 4th of July.
The worst part of this is that guy's dead at the bottom of the ocean, and we can't
I don't know if that's the worst part.
punish that. We can't like this guy
He got
deserved to be
punished.
like
He
raked
got
over
punished.
coals. I guess he did. Richter over there says that 4 billionaires are chilling in Cthulhu's colon because they bolted themselves into a deep sea coffin. That's pretty
Right.
rough, Richter. That's rough.
That's right
rough.
though. But let me tell you something. Was it you that said you saw somewhere that it said the Titanic claimed 5 more?
I think somebody else said it, and I was like, yeah, the last 5 victims of the Titanic, something like that.
Yeah, I think it was you that said
Or
that.
the Titanic like death count
Went up by 5. Yeah,
right.
I liked that. That was interesting.
Mm.
All right, well, that's I come across that yesterday, and I thought, yeah, that's kind of weird.
Well, let's see. Here's some other good news. Saudi Arabia and Russia are cutting oil output again, so they're gonna increase the cost of oil on the global market, so that's gonna be good. Oil prices rose slightly on Monday after the two nations moved to send the globe into the bidding war for oil. So, if you're like me, really ready to get off of oil and get onto something else, like, I don't know, unicorn farts, then this is really going to accelerate that, hopefully. Or it'll just drive up costs of summer vacationing and travel, stuff like that. Thank God we don't drill our own oil in America and we only buy it from our adversaries. It would be so bad if we were also drilling our own oil. We need to make sure that we get money over to our adversaries in Russia, Saudi Arabia. So it's a good thing that they're raising those prices. Let's see what else we got here. I'm going to wait for Deke on that one. Oh, I know Deacon loves stories about Ezra's flash. He's still on the thing there. Good morning, folks. And we still have half an hour left. We already did our bit and a couple bunch of stories, and we still have a bunch of time. Oh my lord. It's kind of a slow news day. Independence Day, stuff like that. Let's see. I saw this last night. Check this out. United States intelligence is warning Americans and U.S. companies in China about a new espionage law. It's an espionage law in China. China. Any documents, data, materials, or items could be considered relevant to the PRC, that's the People's Republic of China, national security, due to ambiguities in the law, the U.S. Counterintelligence Agency said. The U.S. National Counterintelligence and Security Center is warning American citizens in the U.S. and U.S. companies in China about an expanded counter-espionage law that appears to allow the ruling Chinese Community Party? No. Chinese Communist Party. Come on, just the news. It's not the Community Party, it's the communists. Anyway, the law went into effect Saturday, and the government of China has expanded legal grounds for accessing and controlling data held by U.S. firms in China. Okay, so basically, if China decides that your company in China has information they want, they can come get it. And there ain't jack you can do about it because it's China.
Let me play something for you that I put in one of our channels yesterday. You probably seen it. We've got a top secret government document channel.
Oh yeah.
And
by the way, if you haven't already, you guys come over and we have top secret documents. We also have an optional cult membership. If you want to join our cult, you need to check that out too. You looking for your document?
I found it, but was it playing over? No, it wasn't. Was it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. You're not sharing your screen.
Yeah, but it's still Okay. All right. Let me share the screen real quick.
Top secret documents. Are these documents in China? Because if so, we have a problem.
No, this has to do with what you just said. The story.
Oh, really?
If you take the battery out of your phone,
I love this guy.
I can still listen to you. In the old days when you took the batteries out, you take the batteries out and think you're good, and you go in there and skiff, and you can talk about whatever you want. Oh, I could still listen to you.
Yeah.
We were doing stuff that you could never find what we were doing, ever, and you never will. And it's in every piece of equipment right now, in every chip right now, there's stuff. And where are we buying all the chips from?
China. Just food for thought.
That guy is amazing. That guy, former special forces dude. I didn't know you check out Sean Ryan clips.
Yeah.
But that guy's former special forces, he was like in his late 40s or something. He decided to transition into a female, and then he got his head straight and was like, "Oh my god!" And then he counter transitioned back to a male. That guy's got a wild story. That's a very super interesting thing.
Yeah, but did you hear? I mean, he's exactly right.
Without your batteries, they can still your electronics still work.
Yeah.
Let me just. This joke is taking too long to set up. I don't think it's going to work.
See, folks, we go all the way for the joke here on Your Two Dads.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody about our show yesterday, and I don't remember who it was.
Why Junko?
3.
Why Junko? Why Junko?
I don't get
All right, moving on. Yeah,
okay.
That's because you don't love China. Deacon does not love China.
Do you have another story?
All right. I mean, yeah, we got your like, what is this? Ancient, whatever this is, ancient language barriers with AI. You want to talk about that?
I hadn't got to read the whole story yet because I saw that this morning. I was like, ooh. I remember talking about
they
this.
They get you every single time with like some picture of hieroglyphics or some shit. And then you're immediately like, no.
That's just what comes up in my damn feed. Remember when we were talking about AI a month ago. Did you bring that up or did I bring it up?
That's okay.
Because we both did it at the same time.
There you go. You're in charge.
Oh, I don't remember what. Okay. No, thanks. Researchers are breaking ancient language barriers with AI. Deciphering ancient. We talked about this, about how AI could help us do this. And we just mentioned yesterday how there was a drug for this lung disease, this rare lung disease that the AI, and they're trying this and whatnot. So I remember saying this about languages and like trees and plants and stuff like that AI could potentially help us translate languages that humans, we've got like 7 people in the world that are hieroglyphic, ancient freaking Sumerian language experts. There's only 7 people left in the world that speak this one language.
How do they really know?
Siri, how do they know, JJ?
How do they know?
I'm not going to explain to you the Rosetta Stone and how they learn languages and pass along language and stuff. You need to look that up on your own.
All right.
But anyway, this AI is able to decipher this stuff a lot better than, it's a lot faster and a lot larger amount of data than we can as humans. All right. So,
all right.
I didn't read the whole story. So, yeah. If you want to read it, I didn't want to read it.
In a new Oxford report, a group of AI developers are detailed how they were able to use natural language processing to translate cuneiform tablets from Akkadian into English. Akkadian.
Yep.
Apparently, hundreds of thousands of clay tablets inscribed in cuneiform script document political, social, economic, scientific history of ancient Mesopotamia. There's hundreds of thousands of these things. Did you know that?
Most of these documents remain untranslated and inaccessible due to their sheer number and limited quantity of experts available to read them. Exactly what I just said. 7 people. And there's 100,000 of them, and there might be 100 people that can read them.
Oxford, why don't you guys take some photos of this stuff and put it up on the internet so that we can figure it out?
Look,
Maybe don't
by
keep it to
using
yourself so you
AI
can
to
publish a
read
paper.
ancient text, it's not simple as running a picture through a ChatGPT. So
How is it not as simple as that?
I
Isn't that
don't
exactly
know.
what
I'm
it is?
sure I'm sure you can't just unroll it and take a picture and roll it back up. These things are freaking like 4,000 years old.
They should have the photos already. It's human history. They should just
They
take
should have
photos of
taken the
this stuff.
photos back 4,000 years ago. You're saying?
And you know what? A lot of it is going to be like, I ordered 2 barrels of barley from Joe in Mesopotamia. It's going to be a bunch of like accounting records.
But even that kind of shit tells a fascinating freaking and tells volumes of story, because 4,000 years ago, if you got some schmo keeping fucking accounting records of barley that he sold Joe down the street, well, maybe they weren't all fucking ooga ooga, like we've been lied to our whole freaking life.
Maybe on one of those things is like a recipe for like super concrete, because they had like some super concrete back then that we don't know how to make.
Roman roads are still around. Those buildings are still around because of the way that they made that concrete. Yeah. They left pockets in there for it to expand on purpose. It wasn't like some accident. They did it on purpose.
Let's see. We got anything else? Hey, did you? You get the day off today? No, you don't. You're at work.
I'm at work.
Are you planning to check out that Indiana Jones movie? Looks exciting, right?
I might wait until it comes, till I can get it. I'll be able to watch it here in like 2 weeks.
Oh, on your
yeah, I'm friends with Captain Blackbeard. I'm friends with Blackbeard.
They're saying that Indiana Jones could lose like a couple $100 million in the box office. I
have read some spoilers on it, on a couple of things, like why Shia LaBeouf's character, Indy's son's not there.
Spoil it. I heard too. I heard he's dead.
He's dead. Yeah,
he's dead. He died in Vietnam.
Vietnam or World War? Was it World War II or Vietnam?
He was in the 50s. He was 18, so it's probably
okay.
Korea.
So it was Vietnam. Yeah, you're right. It was Vietnam. He died in Vietnam.
Maybe.
Yeah. What year does it Dial of Destiny take place?
It takes 10 years after the Crystal Skull. So I think Crystal Skull takes place in the 50s. So this would be like early 60s.
So it was Vietnam. Yeah, he died in Vietnam. Yeah. Okay.
Bummer.
So it answered the question, and it was like this article I read was like they summed it up and answered the question and made Indy a complete human at the same time. It was like Indiana Jones is this unbelievable archaeologist adventurer, but he was, the scene was like if you could go back in time or something, he was like, I'd go back in time and tell my son not to get, he didn't even have to think about it. It was like he wouldn't do anything else in the world out of all the shit that Indiana Jones has done and all the young Indiana Jones adventures that no one's watched, but me and Deacon. That's the one thing that he would do. I would go back in time and tell my son not to go because he would die. It was like,
do you think he does that? I mean, like the whole premise of this movie is that they have a time travel watch or something, right?
It's the Enchitherium device that I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's that clockwork-like device that they found in ancient Greece. I think that's what the movie's about. I'm trying not to see any.
You don't want to get spoiled?
I haven't even watched the whole trailer. I just saw that one article and I saw it pop up and I was like, I really want to know why Shia LaBeouf's character, because that was one of the things that I was like, who's this girl? Where's that character? Why'd you open it up? Why didn't you put Short Round in the damn thing again?
Right.
Come on. So I was a little.
This movie opened up last, I think Thursday or Friday. This is an Indiana Jones movie. The first Indiana Jones movie, I think, was it Raiders of the Lost Ark, or do you know which one it was? It was way back.
Raiders of the Lost Ark was the first, and then there was the Temple of Doom.
The budget for Raiders was $20 million. It made in the box office $389 million. It was a smashing success. This movie cost something like $300 million.
See that?
Oh, that thing. Oh, yeah. I've seen that thing before.
Yeah, it's this this thing that they found. I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's probably a clock. Or
it's probably a mechanism from an alien spaceship that landed here 2,000 freaking years ago that people don't want to believe that we come from monkeys.
Okay, well, I'm going to just bag on the aliens for making such crappy stuff that it got corroded in only a couple of years.
It stood up for 2,000 years under rock and pressure. So is it really that bad shit?
Used a little oil
My
lubricant.
phone broke after 2 years, dude. And that shit's still around. So
that's fair. Okay. All right. So Dial of Destiny's not doing too good. And I'm just wondering if Hollywood is finally going to be like, oh, we can't mine this old stuff.
You can't know. I think Hollywood is realizing that those days of y'all shot up and there was not, it could not keep going up. The number was not going to keep going up. People don't have the disposable income to go to the movies. Some people do, but not everyone has the disposable income to go to the movies. If we went to the movies, I would not buy any freaking popcorn or drinks or nothing, and I would make sure and tell you beforehand. We're not getting any shit in here. We're going to pay, and if you're the movie theater, JJ, that's where you make your money. So if you want to keep the movie theater in business in your town, they can't. So it's a double-edged sword. The people don't have, and so Hollywood's like, oh, I'm not going to make. That's what I saw in the Dungeons and Dragons forums. One of the guys was like, they were talking about the movie. And they were like, the movie was really freaking good. All the old school Dungeons and Dragons people loved the freaking movie. You know, we really
one that I tried to get you to watch, and you said no, I'm not going to watch that. I hate that.
We really liked the nose is itching all of a sudden. It's weird. Let me push up my glasses here. And so it was a really good movie, but it didn't do very well in the box office. So that's what he was saying. He was like, man, it was a really good movie, but it sucks that it didn't do very well because now they're not going to make any more. And I was like, no kidding. I would love to see this blah, blah, blah world with the mechanized robot people, you know, called Warforged. And I was like, that would be a great freaking movie. And so I think Hollywood is learning that, you know, these $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 million movies, you might not do that anymore. So you might not want to invest $200 million making this crazy blockbuster spectacular that nobody's going to watch. You don't need to pay $30 million to your actor when you can go down the street and get another actor and pay him $200,000 and make his day, make his whole year, and he'll probably be a better actor than the lead actor.
It's not just that, too. A lot of these movies are trying to exploit nostalgia, right?
Oh, there's no originality.
There's only a certain window in your life where you can actively exploit nostalgia from an original property. Okay, so let's say Indiana Jones, first couple of 3 movies or whatever. If you were 10 years old or you know plus or minus 5 years at that time, and you could watch those movies when you're a kid, then within the first 15 years after that, you would be really eager. So between, say, 10 and 25 or like 15 and 30, you would probably be like, oh, I loved that movie when I was a kid. I want to recapture that because I'm now close to 30. When you're 45, nostalgia, whatever, get over it. I got kids. I'm making mortgage payments.
That's a good point. I mean, my dad is 71, 72, and he loved Indiana Jones. He used to own the DVDs, you know, the box set DVDs. That was one of the box set DVDs that he actually bought, the Indiana Jones box sets, because he loved them so much. And he probably, I know for a fact, he won't see this unless it comes on the freaking Turner Movie Classics or some crap. You know, he's not going to go to the movie theaters and see it. He's a big Indiana Jones fan. You know, I think this was Hollywood, you know, and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, that was during a time when we had never experienced the internet troll hate. And now we're 20 years into it, and we're kind of used to fucking dumbasses on the internet, so we don't let that bother us. But when that movie come out, it butt hurt them for some reason. They were like, they talked about our monkeys and they didn't like the aliens. You know, it was like, I didn't that the monkey scene was the only scene that I was like, oh, this is kind of silly.
They were swinging through the vines and the trees like Tarzan.
Of the goddamn Raiders of the Lost Ark was the ball rolling down. So if we want to get farcical with our crap, I mean, is that really, you know, go back and watch Temple of Doom and the Last Crusade and be like,
yeah, do that.
Is that really gonna happen?
Those movies are great.
Just watched them not too long ago. We watched all of them because we wanted to watch the Dial of Destiny.
Yeah,
but I think you're right with the nostalgic portion of people we're done with it. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, you were passing the buck. You were passing, and now
that was the plan.
You didn't pass it because Shia LaBeouf went crazy or whatnot. You didn't have to hire him again. Hire somebody that resembles him.
Shia LaBeouf has matured into a really compelling, interesting person.
Yeah.
So they should have stuck with him.
Anyway, I mean, if they wanted to go, you know, it's 2023 and we're she's now, and you want to go with a girl, Indiana Jones, whatever, that's fine. Don't call it Indiana Jones. You better call it like Charlotte Smith or freaking Illinois Smith or freaking Colorado, you know, Henson.
Right. And you know that's what they're doing, right? They're setting up some female protagonists.
Oh,
and this is all related to Kathleen Kennedy, and you know the Force is female, and the women are whamming.
But we can't blame it on Kathleen Kennedy because you can go back to the 80s and the 90s and watch all them damn movies. There's old movies that I watch now from the 80s and the 90s, especially the 90s, that I will see her fucking name pop up on the screen. That I didn't know who the hell she was before, but now when I see at the beginning of whatever movie we're watching, it says produced by Kathleen Kennedy, and I'm like, you've had your hand in freaking influencing shit.
Well, she was like an assistant to George Lucas for like a long time. If I recall. Yeah, so
I don't agree with some of this. There was a funny meme that I shared on my other Discord server, and it was here it is right here. It was a tweet by Star Wars Holocron, and it says, "Did you know the Sith Eternal Fleet seen in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker was created by Sith cultists on Exegol, who indoctrinated Exegol's population with Sith values and raised and trained their children to become officers, mechanics, and soldiers for the Final Order." And Elijah Wood, of all people, commented and said, "No, how could we have known?" Yeah. How was we supposed to know that fucking shit? Because you never told us.
Yeah, that was never in a thing. Oh, it was in a book. Nobody reads those books. Jesus. And you told us the books don't count anymore.
The books don't count. You even told us the books don't count anymore.
Yeah. Right. Oh, it was in your comic book? Nobody buys comic books. And the people that buy comic books
don't like comic nerds. If you buy comic books, you're a bunch of nerds. You're a nerd. Which brings me to the point. I told her the other day that I needed to order ISOM 2 before the order.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He just dropped cover D. If you haven't, hey, let's look at that first. Anyway, if you guys haven't already, go to riptheverse.com. Check out support indie comics because they appreciate you. Marvel and DC hate you. I want to do one more movie story
and steal from people.
You were talking about a they, them, female, she-male, like potential Indiana Jones thing, and let's mentally cast
water in today for some reason, man.
Ezra Miller. What if we put Ezra Miller as the next Indiana Jones?
Jones. Do you love this boy for some reason? I mean, what is your fascination with Ezra Miller?
He's the Flash. It's hilarious. It's hilarious to me that they knew this was a bomb detonating, and they were like, "No, let's just keep doing it. Let's just keep making the Flash."
That's true. That is very entertaining. That they were like, "This is
it's hilarious. They had no sense.
They could see the missile coming, and they just stood in the way. It's like watching the boomerang hit you."
Yeah, Yeah, and not moving. It's like
Not
throw
moving.
it, and they're like, I think it's coming back.
The frisbee,
It
you're
is coming
playing
back.
frisbee
Oh.
with your friend, and it's
They're saying that the Flash movie, which originally cost $200 million, and then like is not doing very well, and then they delayed it and then worked on it some more to spend more money on it. It could be losing $150 million. Warner Brothers may have lost. They would have made more money canceling this, just like they did Batgirl, and just not releasing it. They would have made more money that way.
Did you know that Christian Bale's Batman was supposed to be the Batman at the end of this movie?
Oh, really? Did they call him
said-
and he was like,
He said
"Oh,
no.
yeah,
Yeah, he
I'm
said
busy.
no. No, I'm not going to do it, is what he said.
I'm not Batman."
I'm not Batman anymore. It's basically what he said. He was like, our Batman was Christopher Nolan's Batman,
Yeah.
you know, so. And he
Well,
turned
way
it
back
down.
when they made that
And
3
they were
movies,
like, shit. Val Kilmer
Let's
can't
get-
talk. George Clooney said no. Fuck, let's go to Keaton.
write a bigger check. Write a bigger check. Yeah. Hilarious. All right. I think we're out of stuff to really talk about. You got anything left? I don't think so. It's
No.
disappointing. We even had a little video today. We're
Maybe.
still all done early.
You want to play the video again?
I kind of
Oh,
want to.
God, I joined it. No, that's not what I wanted to do. What did I do?
Joined a cult. All right, guys. Well, hey, happy Independence Day. We're so glad you're here, especially you, Richter. And also, I'm sorry to everybody on Rumble. I messed up the feed. I'll fix it tomorrow, and I'll put the video up after this show.
What's the deal with the Rumble feed?
I forgot to plug in the stream keys because Restream makes it so hard to do my job. And I was distracted by this hilarious video.
Play the video again.
I will. I'm gonna. Let's just watch it together. Ah! Where'd he go? It's not doing anything. That's just a black screen. What was that? It's not working.
Have you turned your computer off and back on again?
Hey, I'm gonna reboot. Hold on. Let me see if the reboot works. Reboot.
Good morning. Good morning.
Ah.
In a few hours, aircrafts from here will join others from around the world in flybys to celebrate the greatest country in the history of mankind.
Greatest country. Yes.
Mankind? That word should have new meaning for all of us today. We can't tell each other from our obvious differences anymore. We should be united in our common interests instead of fighting over idiocracy. Perhaps it's fate that today is the 4th of July. And you will once again be celebrating your freedom. Not from tyranny, oppression, or persecution like you say, but from your own narcissism. We're fighting for our right to live, to exist, to live a normal life. And should we win today, the 4th of July will no longer be known as an American holiday, but as the day when we declared in one voice, we will not go quietly into the night. We will not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today, we celebrate Independence Day.
Yeah! Yeah! Yes! Yes!
I would want. I'd like to point out a guy from the movies that we all know and love.
What's up?
I want to point out a guy from the movies that we all know and love, and he was in that scene, and he's
Yeah.
been in different things in the past, in different movies in the past. But
Mhm.
he's always the guy that salutes. It moved him so hard that he just salutes so hard. You know,
Salutes hard.
there's always a guy that that salutes so hard, man, that it just moved him.
Love America.
So
Love
much.
America.
Oh, he loves America so much.
All right, Deke, this is the last thing. I don't know if I've already told this joke or not, but I think this joke is funny.
Yeah.
Deacon,
Yeah.
why does a chicken coop only have 2 doors?
Because if it was I know.
Stop! Yeah, I hate you so much. I hate you.
Because if it was a chicken sedan, it would be 4 doors.
I hate you.
Yay! I haven't done that in a long time. Yay! I'm so excited.
Oh, you ruined my joke. He ruined it, Cassie.
What you meant to say was, Deacon was so smart, he gets my joke, Cassie.
Got it. Damn
Hey, I've thought, man, we need to have it's 4th of July. You know,
Yeah.
I thought it's Independence Day. And I just
Yeah, it
wanted
is.
to point out that communism jokes, JJ, are not funny unless everyone gets them.
Oh.
Let's switch channels. This show is dull. You